Good midday, good wonderful midday. We are grateful to God for you being here and thankful. Yeah, it's a little bit different, isn't it? Yeah, a little rain outside, a little cooler. Enjoy, because guess what? It's going to continue to rain and the temperatures are going to continue to rise. But guess what? Don't even worry about it. All is well. Kathy Wilson, bless your heart. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to have you. Good to have you here. So we're grateful and thankful to God for you, one and all, because we still know what our God is able to do, and He is showing Himself mighty and powerful. And we thank God for that. Minister Sarah Jenkins, bless your heart for being here on today. And we're just going to see what God does. Got a tremendously full weekend, and Um, we have the Faith Walk tomorrow, and then we have the Jemison, bless your heart, um, where we Dean Bryant, Chaplain Hearns, Cora Jones, bless you. Um, we have the Youth Explosion at 2 o'clock in Farrell. There's just a lot going to be happening over this weekend. So pray our strength in the Lord. Pray for all of those who are participating, who are being a part of all of these activities and things that are taking place. And if you hadn't noticed, I'm going to go ahead and post it again. We want us to continue and to begin prayer starting on Monday, whether it is 2 hours off of TV, social media, whether it's one meal a day or the Daniel fast. We want you to be, if you are so led to do so, part of the state convention or outside of the state convention, to join us in fasting and prayer, and to believe that God is going to provide for us everything that He desires for us. Sharon Bryant, good to see you. Deborah Johnson, Andrea Rogers, bless your heart. And so we're asking that you would do so. Stay back the hand of the enemy to make sure that God provides, as I know He does and will. Timothy Blair, bless your heart for coming and being a part of this learning moment. Veronica Mosley, good to see you. Glad things are as well as they are. Tamika Darwin, bless your heart. Thank you so much for being a part of this moment. LMA Boundary, how are you? Still praying for you, still praying with you that God is going to bring you through. Denise Freisen, bless your heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. If you don't mind, I'll just hit that share button and let's see how God speaks to the hearts of everyone on a day like today, the day the Lord has made. Rain or sunshine, we will rejoice and be glad in it. Mount Gilead's pastor passed. Um, oh my God, I can't even think of his name. Gina, bless your heart. Pat Axel, Gina Hearns. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize that he had passed. I cannot think of his name. Oh, he was the, yeah, Kimbrough. Wow. Okay, well, we will definitely keep that family and that church family in prayer. Mm. Oh, my goodness. Every year carries a number. Somebody's gone, okay? Bernice Bird, Linda Brown, thank y'all so much for being here with us. Yeah, he was the senior pastor um, in the city. We want to make sure that we keep an eye out on the celebration of his life. And mm, so we give God glory and praise for his life, a legacy well spent in the city of Youngstown. Well, um, let me think. Barbara Foods, bless you. I'm trying to think of how I want to delve into this, Sylvia Scott. I'm trying to figure this out because prayer is such an essential ingredient in not surviving but thriving. Prayer is such a pivotal part of our growth and development. Well, I didn't know he was the founder, okay, of Mount Gilead. Prayer is such a stabilizing and encouraging force. Good midday to you, Gladys um, Swanson, Carolyn Richardson. And we wonder why we're so stressed. It's probably because, for the most part, we use prayer, Lavonda Jones, as a last minute resort. And what we need to bring into our consistent focus and participation is that prayer needs to continue all the time. Because here's what happens. Here's what happens. Dr. James, how are you, sir? Here's what happens. You remember what we looked at, whatever things are good, whatever things are, and we went through all of that. Katrina Harris, bless your heart. Okay. Pee Wee, Platt, bless you. Thank you so much for being here. It controls how we think about or think in situations and circumstances. When we're not in the motif of prayer, we are subjugated to our flesh and how we think and feel, and you already know that you can't trust your emotions. But when you pray, peace comes with it. Yeah. Oh, I need y'all to get that. When we pray, peace comes with it. When you think properly, when you think appropriately, thank y'all so much for sharing. I appreciate that. When you do that, Tom Swanson, bless your heart. When you do that, his peace keeps you stable when everything else is falling apart. When you pray, you sense his presence. You sense his provision. You sense his protection. It keeps our minds in the sense of peace. And there's not any level of frustration that could come into your life that his peace can't conquer. Mm. But in order for it to conquer, you've got to spend qualitative time with him. And when I say qualitative, it doesn't mean you can't do other things and talk to God at the same time. You can multitask when it comes down to the Lord. You can. You can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can talk to God and be busy on your job and doing other things. You don't have to open up your mouth, because guess what? While you're in communication with God, can I help you? He's in communication with you. How tragic it is to let so many years of our lives go by and not avail ourselves to his peace and his protection. How how um, Minister Michael Williams, how is it that is Minister Michael Williams? Because it says Michael Williams on YouTube. I will make sure I got it right. Okay. And Saunders, Winnie Howard, how tragic it is for us to live in such a way that, thank y'all for sharing. Thank y'all for sharing. Jalada Aslam, we're getting too old to be stressed. We're getting too old to allow the foolishness of foolish people to make us just as foolish as they are. And what we've got to do is we just cannot continue to live in frustration. We cannot continue to live in fear. All of the madness that's going on right now. Trinette Pipkin, bless your heart for being here. all of the craziness that's going on right now, you better have his peace. You better be stabilized in the Lord, because the waves have not started yet. You see all of this stuff over Epstein, and all of this all of a sudden has these people just bent out of shape and tore up and all of that. Thank you so much, Janice, for letting us know all is well. And yet still, Katrina Foster, yet still, we need to stay stable. So the Democratic senators walked out because of the foolishness that's going on, and now there's mayhem everywhere, and so now all of a sudden there's this distraction now, where his health is an issue. Minister Marcia Walker, his health is an issue to deter people. And what, you remember when he said he claimed he got shot? That was to have people to be empathetic, but to take our minds off of the real thing. Here we go again. We need peace. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something. I'm not a prophet, but I'm gonna say it the way it needs to be said. We're not feeling the effects of what has just been signed into legislation. We will in 6 months. The full impact of what has taken place is not happening right now, only because we are living in that which has already passed. And Linda Arrington, and that which is already been allocated. And unfortunately for him, he can't do anything about it. But when these pieces, okay, yeah, he has been sick, okay, these pieces come to an end. Brenda Anderson, bless you, and the new foolishness kicks in when people's grandmothers get kicked out of nursing homes, when people on Medicaid. Lady Harrison was telling me about something that she read about a certain health um, insurance, something other, that now wants everybody to reapply so that they can determine who is qualified and who isn't. What happens when you don't? That means we flood our ER rooms with people who normally would see a doctor, but because they can't afford it, are now at the mercy of the hospital. And then what happens when that hospital, which is connected to Medicaid, doesn't have the money to stay open? What you gonna do? When everything becomes overwhelmingly chaotic and everything in the midst of that. Listen, that bullet, if that was the true bullet, he wouldn't even have half his face. So we just gotta um, we just gotta pray for the spirit of foolishness and lies and deception. And so all of these things are going to start kicking in. Now let me give you a word. 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 Before we had Medicare, Medicaid, we had Jesus. Before we had healthcare, we had Jesus. Before we had all of these amenities in there. Oh yeah, we don't even want to talk about how he has slashed veterans benefits. Those people, okay, those people who sacrificed their lives. And only the faith walkers and believers in God will survive this. And for whatever reason, they think that the rich have absolved themselves from these things just because they have money. God has a way of draining your treasury. Woo! Lord have mercy. But the point that we've got to deal with is we still got to be strong in our faith. We got to learn how to talk to God. And we got to allow God to talk to us. We must find ourselves in these positions. And I don't care whether you're a Democrat, Republican, or independent. It's going to hit all of us. I don't care what you say. And so here's what we better do. Whatever things are good, whatever things are lovely. We've got to, Ethel Randolph, good midday to you. And we've got to remember that we can't keep living in depressive, dirge, toe up, messed up things. We got to place our affection on things above. We're going to know who the wheat and the tares are. Why? Because the wheat will prosper in bad times. Oh, don't make me leap over my desk because I feel like shout. I feel a shout on the inside. That doesn't mean that we won't feel some of the effects. Yes, we will. That doesn't mean that we are absolved from this. We're not. But what it means is the same God that kept the faithful before is the same God that will keep the faithful now. The wealth of the wicked has been laid up for the right. You watch and see, but you got to go through this. You got to go through this. And then in the midst of this, how much time I got? In the midst of this, you better learn how to get some rest. You better learn how to sit back and quit taking all of this stuff in and quit losing your mind over this because can I give y'all, yes, we have a civic responsibility to vote. Yes, we do. Yes, we have a civic responsibility to make sure that we are engaged in the political process. Yes, but there's some things only God can deal with, and you better have peace and rest in it. You better be able to go to sleep at night. You better be able to know what God is able to do. It makes no sense in the midst of all the gadgets and all of the electronics and the AI and everything that's going on. We stressed out more than when we didn't have any of these electronic things. Why? Because we are able to stay in tune with what's going on in real time. And so, because it happens in real time, we're jacked up in real time, but we got to trust God in real time. I got to let you go. I got to let you go. This has to be more than a phrase. This has to be more than a slogan. It has to be that which is actually active and operating in your life, not just on Sundays, but every single day you live. And here's what's going to happen because God's going to create a testimony in the midst of this. Here's what's going to happen. The people who are at the edge of insanity are going to come up to you and say, why, why are you still happy and you don't have what you had or don't do what you do or haven't been where you've been or can't do what you, listen, you can tell I got some peace that weed cannot provide, that drink cannot provide, that nothing. I listen. I'm sleeping better now than I've ever slept. Why? Because I'm resting in the Lord. I gotta go. Y'all have a blessed weekend in the Lord. Make sure wherever you go to worship, you better make sure you get yourself there. You best start. You best start knowing who God is. And guess what? God will never forget you. Love you with the love of Jesus, who is the Christ. Y'all have a blessed weekend in the Lord. May God bless you. May He keep you, is our prayer.